All right, shower is completed. That's not okay.
Oh, I just saw the gnat again.
That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! Today I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy.
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Hey there YouTube, it's me Hens, and I'm back here with Amberlynn. This is my second video back. My first one will be the video that she just posted on Saturday, the 3rd of May. And this is one she posted last week sometime, I think Thursday. It's called, I am about to switch things up drastically. Spoiler, she didn't change at all. Bar weigh-in episode 6. Knowing what I know now, I can't wait for weigh-in number 7. Let's get into this video.
Hey guys, welcome to my video on Wednesday weigh-in. I'm sure you guys are not expecting that because I said I was going to take a break from YouTube. I did take some time to reflect, and I literally just had my live stream like an hour ago, and with their opinions.
Yeah, and then she just continued to post. Like, okay, so this is from Wednesday, and then there's a Thursday video, and then the one I just reacted to from Saturday.
Mixed with mine, which I was already thinking this. I think what's best for me in this moment.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense that you say, oh yeah, well, my audience was telling me this, but I had already decided pretty much. Like, really?
Is to continue making content. Plans obviously can shift as circumstances and feelings change. So I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to promise the schedule I've done for 6 weeks. It's what I like. It's what I've been enjoying. I have genuinely loved the schedule so much. And I know so many of you also
Girl, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Have as well, so thank you for that. But I'm here now, and I'm present, and here's weigh-in number 6, you guys. So let's get straight into the 5 questions. How fast can cellulitis happen? So by the time you come in contact with whatever gives you cellulitis versus when it spreads, it could take anywhere from a couple hours to a couple days. I've had times, like recently, where it just took overnight, and there's been times in the past where it literally took 5 days. So it really just depends on the situation, but
that kind of sounds like your immune system is failing over time, probably due to your poor health. And over time, continuing to abuse your body will result in poorer outcomes. That just makes a whole lot of sense. Your body just can't fight it all off at once. And it's fatigued.
Sometimes it could spread extremely rapidly, really quickly, and that's why I make sure to get it handled fast. How many times have you ate inside of a restaurant in
Lickety split.
Twice. I went to a Mexican restaurant with my mom and my stepdad about 3 weeks ago, and then I went to a Chinese restaurant with my mom and my friend.
Oh yeah, totally. Bingo doesn't count. I mean, it's not like they deep fried the food. It's not like you basically went to KFC.
And over a week ago, I'd say, I don't really eat much inside of restaurants. Like, if I'm ever eating out, it's usually just like a lame meal from Bingo. That's why I never really cared about making my...
I'm not surprised, because if you think about it, she would, of course, be very, very sensitive about people thinking, oh, how much is she going to order? Because she's said that before. She said that she's cautious when she orders out because she doesn't want to give people the impression that she's going to overeat, or that the reason that she got to this size is from her overeating, even though everybody knows it. It's like this little game she wants to play.
Goals about eating out of my home, more so about the delivery to my home, because that's where I have an issue. But I'm telling you, the food at Bingo kind of sucks. When were you diagnosed with lymphedema and
sucks all the way down her gullet.
Lymphedema. So in 2022, I went to a specialist. So that's when I was diagnosed. It was a very embarrassing process. I had to literally take off my clothing. The specialist was all up in my legs.
How is that embarrassing? They are literally trying to help you, and they're doing probably something that's not a very fun job for them, if you thought about that. Touching your legs, being very cautious not to hurt you in any way because you have extra sensitivity. Like, this doctor or physician, whatever, they were clearly handling you with care and didn't really, they were a professional. Her complaint is always just that what she perceives they would be probably thinking, like, which is just crazy.
Teaching me how to do the massages, and teaching my girlfriend at the time, which was Feline, teaching her how to do the massages if she ever wanted to do them. And it was just very embarrassing. A lot of poking, a lot of...
If she ever wanted to do them, and I had to ask her because it was such an imposition to take care of me.
Prodding, and I'm telling you, it hurts. Like the lymph massages that you have to do to like move the fluid through your body.
Amberlynn has never had a real massage before. Otherwise, she would know that sometimes, yeah, it is painful. Depending on how your muscles are, if your muscles are weak or atrophied, or if they are super knotted, it'll be painful because you're awakening the muscle or you're loosening those tightened muscles. Either way, it's going to hurt. And so when you're doing the lymphatic massage, it holistically is targeting that leg because you have to make sure you're applying pressure to move the lymph. That's what they're talking about. Why, like, they do the dry brushing too as a topical thing. And then they also have the deep lymphatic massage because it moves the interior fluid. Amberlynn, if she were actually doing this and doing compression, she would understand why her legs are in such a worse state the way they are.
She was like, "You're gonna hurt the next day, even after this one massage." Yeah, I didn't believe her. And oh my God.
And I learned most of this stuff from watching Tiny Blue Anthropologist react to Jordan Underwood when he was doing his whole series of lump legs. And it explained a whole lot about what they can and cannot do or should not do in terms of their diet, in terms of their exercise. And Amberlynn doesn't do any of it. Any.
I hurt bad. Yeah, it's an easy diagnosis when it's like super obvious, especially to a specialist. So I saw the specialist a couple times and I learned a lot of things, a lot of tips, a lot of tricks, a lot of things
Did
to help
you?
with it because it's not curable. This is something I'll have for the rest of my life. Is it true what Beck said when they said you lied about your past what I ate today videos?
No, Beck never tells the truth because Beck is a fucking liar, and I hate Beck. So that means that they can never be right. Beck is just evil to me. So that means that nothing that Beck does is ever valuable or ever redeeming. I hate Beck. Don't you guys hate Beck as much as I do? If you don't, then you're just a hater of me.
So since I've been on YouTube, which I've been on YouTube for 11, 12 years now, I've done hundreds of what I ate today videos. And every single time I go into a what I ate today video, it is never to deceive anyone, whether it's an off track video,
It's never to deceive you guys. If that's what happens.
Well, oh well. Oopsie.
whether it's an on track video, whether it's a look at what I ate from takeout, whether it's look at the fruits and vegetables I ate, whether it's look at the candy, it doesn't even matter. My intent in that video is to film what I'm eating that day. Back in 2019, when my binge eating was really, really bad.
My intent. You have to listen to her words. My intent was never to deceive. However, that's exactly what my actions led to, which means that people can indeed call me a liar in that situation, which is why I stress in my videos if she wants people to think that she's reformed, she should take an honest, straightforward, truthful approach to how she lives. If you want to have your audience accept the way that you are reformed, you just live plainly. The things that you say are the things that you do. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. That's all you need to do. If you show up and perform, people will see.
I would binge eat constantly. So this was 6 years ago, but I remember there being 2 times after I did a what I ate today video where the video was already edited, scheduled, because I like to do that the day of.
And 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 it's your job. It's your one job. And
Where I did end up binging. And since the video was already finished and scheduled and edited, it made it easier for me not to open up about that.
no. It just means that you didn't feel like doing it because it would be work. But guess what? This is your only job, which means it's your only responsibility to present the content that you're saying that you're presenting, and then not years later acknowledging that, oh, well, on these one or two occasions, I did goof up, but that doesn't count against me. No, we know that if you did it one or two times that you're willing to admit to, it was a habit that you had. If you ended up binging after you had already filmed the video, then you would not include it or tell us about it, because if it didn't come up, it doesn't exist. And that's how you could keep going up on the scale even though you're not showing yourself eating anything. That's why.
A lot of the times, binges are not planned. So afterwards, when it happens, you
A lot of times, but sometimes they are. Like her fat weekends or fat, what was it called? Fatter Day, I believe. Um she had fatter days back in the Crystal era. So you do plan your binges and you have for the longest time. So that's just a straight up lie.
You feel a lot of remorse, guilt, shame, and
You don't. You fully rationalize every time that you have a binge. Well, this set me off. Well, I was in a bad mood. Well, destiny said this to me. Well, my mom is going to jail. Well, my dad is on drugs. Well, my brother's on the run. All of this shit.
you hide these episodes and feelings from the people in your life. I would do it all the time because it's hard to even process yourself. So doing it publicly was even worse.
Go to therapy.
When I'm filming what I ate today videos, I'm honest in those and I'm not trying to deceive anyone. I'm truly trying to show you what I ate that day. If something like that was to happen now, I would be more on top of like letting you guys know. But something like that hasn't happened in years and years and years, 6 years, like I said. So I don't see it happening anytime soon. Do you like being on GLP-1s? Yes, genuinely I do. Being on Ozempic and then the compounded semaglutide, it genuinely made me feel so much better.
Genuinely, literally, actually made me feel so good.
Like, yes, the side effects suck, but like I was losing weight. I wasn't constantly thinking about food. I hate food. Like, I get it, I'm fat, but like 50% of the time, it's like I hate food. The other 50,
She says with a smile. Even when she hates it, she loves it. How dare you make me hate you and love you at the same time? Get over here. I love you, French fries.
50% of the time, I love food. Like, I'm just like a
Like,
walking contradiction.
it's sick because she wants to get sympathy. She wants to get paid. She wants to live an easy, leisurely life. And this is what she says. She doesn't ever want to do better for herself. She wants to be stuffed until she fucking croaks. If there was somebody there who didn't need to be paid, who would just do everything that Beck did, plus stick the food in her mouth, she would absolutely want them there.
But during those moments where I hate food because I feel like it controls me, GLP-1s take away that control and it just feels
Do they?
amazing. I'm
Do they,
actually
though?
interested in
Because as soon as you stop it, you gain weight.
going on a GLP-1 again.
If you don't
Yes, I
change your
am. I'm gonna be
behaviors.
looking into it. And I will definitely keep you guys updated in my weigh-in videos. I am a bit nervous about the gallbladder stuff because taking GLP-1s can increase gallbladder pancreas issues. And the first time I ever took Ozempic, that's the reason why I stopped it. So it's always this weird thing in the back of my head. But this time, I want to get my labs done and I want them to check my gallbladder first. If they don't,
Oh, aren't you so responsible? Don't you just care so much about your health? Aren't you just so concerned about your internal medicine that you just are seeking these tests out? You guys, I want the doctors to do this for me. I want this. I know my health. I'm advocating for myself. Don't you see?
feel like that has to happen, then okay, good. Which risk is more severe? Which risk is more dire? Me staying this size
And yet you won't change your diet. And yet you eat fried foods the second you get an opportunity.
and dying young? Or me having a gallbladder?
Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry? I almost wish they would take her gallbladder because then if she ate any kind of extremely oily or greasy food, it would run right through her. She couldn't eat large amounts of nuts. She couldn't eat fried foods that are super deep oily. And then she couldn't eat her bags of chips over uh the span of an hour. She couldn't do any of these things. It would really limit her without having to do the whole gastric bypass or anything like that.
Attack. GLP-1s are amazing for people like me, people who genuinely cannot seem to get it under control and who will have a shorter life if they don't get it under control. Most medicines are like that. There is so many risks and risks and risks, but they're made because they outweigh the risks. How they're going to help an individual outweighs the side effects.
Why are you explaining the meaning of medicine to us? Why are you explaining why we ever developed it as humans? I mean, there are actually cases where animals know how to medicate themselves using local plants and animals, like usually bugs and amphibians. But yeah, it's a thing. And Amberlynn thinks that she's discovered the meaning of health, healthcare, medicine, why we do things, why we're sanitary. She doesn't get it that she's a late bloomer, I guess.
effects that could happen. So let's get into the goals that I had last week. First one was drink 3 waters a day, and I succeeded in that. Drinking water has just become like second nature to me. And my second
Oh,
goal
who you looking at over there, Amby? It looked like you were kind of concerned that they were going to make too much noise or come over and touch you because they're happy to be there.
outweighs the side effects that could happen. So let's get into the goals that I had last week. First one was drink 3 waters a day, and I succeeded in that. Drinking water has just become like second nature to me. And my second
Did you see
goal
that
was
look over there? It was like, what the fuck? Like, and it wasn't looking down where she would look for the cat or the dog. She was looking over at human height. Interesting. My little theory.
to beat the feeling of defeat and do not give up. And I did that. So
Wait, I want to hear that supposed goal again.
last week. First one was drink 3 waters a day, and I succeeded in that. Drinking water has
Yay.
just become like second nature to me. And my second goal was to beat the feeling of defeat and do not give
She couldn't even remember her fucking goal. To defeat the feeling of defeat. Yeah. I did that. I did that. I did that.
up. And I did that. So while I was filming this, I forgot to say what my goal is for this coming week. That is literally just focusing more on if I want to go on another GLP-1 and to do more research and figure that all out. So let's talk about how my week went. So my cellulitis is actually improved, so I'm not as swollen, so that's a plus already. I was eating kind of like shit, but I was staying below my calories, and because of that, I did lose weight. It doesn't matter what I eat, as long as I stay in that like
Yeah, it doesn't matter what she eats. It's just that the doctors told her that she should be on a specific diet to manage her lymphedema, lipedema, which is the specific thing that she's blaming for why it was so easy that she got her cellulitis in the first place. But, why would she do that? Why would she ever do that? Doctors are quacks, no matter who they are. Doctors do not understand anything about the human body, let alone about Amber's body. She's special. She is a genetic anomaly, and then that's why she's just so unique. She deserves everybody's acclaim. She doesn't deserve any criticism, and if you hate her, you are a disrespectful piece of shit.
calorie deficiency. Like I could literally eat 2,000 calories in ice cream and still lose weight. But it doesn't matter what I was eating. I was just under my calories. So it showed up on the scale for sure. But I will say that every single day I wanted to give up and I'm exhausted. I'm so freaking exhausted fighting with myself. So I want to switch things up. And if that is me taking another weight loss injection, then that's me taking another weight loss injection. I'm going to try to figure that out privately and I will keep you guys updated. So as for the weigh-in, last week I was 521.6 and this week I was 514.2. So yes, I am down 7.4 pounds. And normally I would feel
That's water weight. That's not real weight, Amber. Remember? You told us when you went up on the scale, that was not real weight that you gained. So it's not real weight that you've lost. That's how it works. Conservation of matter.
feel proud. Anyone would feel proud. And Amberlynn Reid would be on here saying, wow, I'm so proud of myself. But I'm not. I know my pattern. I know my cycle. I know how I am. I will lose the 7 pounds and then I will gain them right back. I need to break the pattern. I need to break the cycle.
It's really true. Amberlynn is like a closed system at this point. Even though she does intake food, it's exactly enough to keep her the same size. So nothing ever really changes. Interesting. Like she just averages the same weight and has fluctuations of 5 to 7 pounds.
Cycle. I can't keep being proud of myself for loving myself for a minute and then proceed to hate myself for days. I can't treat
Sure you
my body
can.
good for a minute and then treat it like
You really can. You can continue. It's what you're going to do because you have enough members to support you and your goals of gaining weight and becoming 700 pounds. You can do it. I believe in you. Emily might want you then.
trash for days. I need to break the cycle. And I've reached a point where I'm like genuinely scared. I'm genuinely scared I'm not going
Aw.
to. Like, I should be proud. I should be so proud that I lost those 7 pounds. But I'm not.
No, you
because This has
shouldn't.
been my life. Okay, yeah, of course I can lose 7 pounds. I can lose 14 in 1 week. I've done it multiple
I dare you. I dare you to do it. Lose 30 pounds in 1 week. I dare you.
times, but I gain it back. That's what I do. I lose the weight and then gain it back. I lose the weight and
You've been told the solution, and it's inpatient. You need to go to a clinic and have no choice in what you can do, what you can eat, how much you can eat, how often you can eat. You need this. You need to break your will that you currently have so that you can make a new one. That's honestly the only thing that's going to save her life.
and then gain back more. I lose the weight and then gain back more times two. And it's
And
just,
then you need
I'm
to get,
exhausted.
also at the same time, you need to be getting therapy in group because she needs to learn to communicate with people as an adult, groups of people. Her whole thing is that she thinks that anything she says should just be accepted no matter what. And in group therapy, when she spews out bullshit, people are going to call her on it, and she's not going to like it in person. And what is she going to do? She's going to clam up because in real life, Amberlynn does not have that dog in her.
I'm defeated, and I'm ready to choose my risk because either way, there's going to be a risk. But, anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this weigh in. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye. I totally didn't. Talk to you never. Bye.
So you stop Ozempic because of your gallbladder, then eat like shit after getting off Ozempic. So is that helping your gallbladder? I took some time to reflect. Translates into I realized I cannot afford my gluttonous lifestyle without you plebes watching me, so here I am. You know what else increases pancreas and gallbladder issues? Burgers, cookies, burritos, mac and cheese, and candy. Interesting. It's almost like she's not supposed to eat that. Not try not her trying to explain cellulitis for the 300th time, girl. It's not a calorie deficiency, it's a calorie deficit. Losing 7 pounds when you are 600 pounds. Somebody made an impersonation of him. He would definitely have a check mark. Losing 7 pounds when you're 600 pounds is not incredible. You could have easily lost 50 pounds this month. Your breaks last as long as your diets. That's funny. I'm watching Crystal's episode in Mr. Snowflake's documentary. You are a straight up monster. I never knew how much you tortured that poor sweet girl. Yep. If you watch the whole episodes, the whole vlogs from back then, you can really see it. Because she even filmed herself physically hurting Crystal on camera multiple times. It was quote unquote little stuff, but it was still physical. It's still stuff you can see. Unless she deleted them, because she had ended up deleting additional vlogs after the Libby situation. They were later. They were in the Destiny era. She deleted them too. Because when the Akel was doing his retro reactions, there was a whole chunk where she got rarity that we don't have anymore. Because that, I guess, something controversial happened. It was right after or around the same time as the K-Cup incident. Helen Keller once flew a plane. You can't even fit in one. Ah, I see. When you said I quit YouTube, you simply meant closing the app. That's pretty good. Well, let's leave it there. It was wonderful to be back with you all. And I'll do a reaction to Amber's longer video. Let's see what it's called. I was never told to go... Amber. Really? I was never told to go to the doctor using scooters and the craziest story time. I think the craziest story time is that you actually expect us to believe that nobody has ever told you to go to the doctor. I'm sure that you've been told multiple times throughout your life because multiple partners have already said that they told you to. Beck said to. Destiny said to. I'm sure Jade told you to. And then who else? Crystal also. You went to every appointment with Crystal for no reason. You did that. You did that. Remember? If you like this reaction, leave a like, subscribe, and leave some chocolate or some mint or some peanuts in the comments. This is just so inspiring. Talk to you later. Bye.